Deep within the Lake Superior Basin, the landscape conceals a physical anomaly that modern archaeology struggles to categorize. This is native copper. In antiquity, an estimated 1.5 billion pounds of this metal, possessing a purity of 99%, was removed from this region. The standard narrative attributes this to nomadic bands of hunter-gatherers. It suggests they used handheld stone mauls and fire setting, heating the rock and quenching it with water to fracture the basalt and extract the ore. To apply the logic of crude manual labor to a harvest of 750,000 tons of high-purity metal requires a scale of industry that the archaeological record cannot support. Modern mining relies on a specific mathematical ratio. Extracting a single ton of pure metal requires the displacement of dozens of tons of waste rock. But at the 10,000 ancient pits in the Superior Basin, the ratio of displaced rock to extracted metal is effectively zero. No tailings or smelting slag have ever been found. We have 10,000 pits in the basalt, but we are missing the physical byproduct of digging them. This absence of rubble suggests that these depressions are the negative imprints of a planetary process. During the Neptunian synthesis, the Earth functioned as a pressurized vessel, weighed down by the massive weight of receding glaciers and hyperbaric atmosphere. This isostatic squeeze turned the rigid basaltic crust into a semi-permeable membrane. Immense internal pressure forced the mineral wealth of the deep crust upward through the fissures of the silicate rock. As the copper breached the surface, it exuded as a high-temperature, plasticized foam, a softened polymer forced out by the internal pressure of a vibrating planet. The ancient Earth acted as a fluid engine, pushing its wealth to the surface to be gathered rather than mined. As the copper foam moved through the iron-rich basalt, it underwent plasma filtration. Massive telluric electrical currents scrubbed the impurities from the metal as it passed through the silicate lias. This electrical scrubbing is the specific reason the metal reached 99% purity without ever passing through a furnace. The humans inhabiting this era were resonant navigators. They timed their arrivals at these vents to match the peak of the Earth's telluric pulse. These navigators lifted the sheets of softened metal directly from the pools before the thinning atmosphere could cause them to harden into rock. This copper served as a pre-tuned high-performance conductor provided directly by the planetary core. Moving 750,000 tons of conductor across a wilderness poses a significant logistical challenge, one that does not require wheeled carts or heavy ships. During this high-pressure epoch, the Mississippi functioned as a superconductive slurry. Through resonant transit, the navigators applied specific harmonic frequencies to the water's surface, inducing a state of sonic liquefaction. The copper was pulsed across these rivers using resonant buoyancy, gliding over the water with near-zero friction. Mastering the ancient world relied on an understanding of hydroacoustic frequencies. The copper was systematically laced into the massive geometric earthworks of the American South. These high-purity copper filaments functioned as sacrificial anodes. Embedded within the ionized clays, they maintained a stable piezostatic charge across the landscape. This lacing synchronized the disparate mounds, turning the continent into a singular interconnected resonator. The missing billion pounds of copper remains a dormant motherboard, buried beneath our feet, waiting for the return of the planetary spark.